So, where did your mind go during this lengthy start of the talk? This is an interactive moment. Where did your mind go? Hi everybody, my name is Yuri and I live in Singapore and I bring you videos on creativity and innovation. In the past decade, companies have spent $1 gazillion on innovation labs and creative spaces in the hope that it delivers just that, innovation, the things that they need to drive their business forward and to survive in the future. Now, some of these have actually led to some real innovations and some real results. Others have had a bit of PR value, but many of them are not really producing anything. And I think that's because a lot of them have focused on the hardware without addressing the software or the people bit and the busyness and the stress that people are under, which is arguably getting in the way of them thinking a bit bigger, thinking a bit further, which is crucial for innovation and creativity. I put together a little video of the talk I did at BBH, the creative agency. BBH once every so often launches these Insanity with a Purpose nights where they invite some of their clients and some of the people to get together in a nice casual setting, not too formal, and they pick a topic. And this topic was the power of boredom, the power of aiming off, the power of idle time, the power of doing nothing. My talk was all about the power of boredom and specifically in a work setting, in the environment that we work in. As I put together this talk, I decided to put in something a little bit different to start off with. I was the first speaker, so I had the start of my talk was basically a video, which is a couple of minutes long, but it must have felt like an eternity, of like a really slow kind of ink falling into water and had some music behind it. And then I edited in like that buffering thing, that little wheel when the video stops playing. I did that by design. I just want to create a different environment and I wanted people to, their minds to be a bit surprised and their mind to wander off a bit. Anyway, why don't I just show you what I did? And I promise you, I won't make you sit through the really long intro. I'll skip through some of that. So, where did your mind go during this lengthy start of the talk? This is an interactive moment. Where did your mind go? Shout some out.
Wondering what you were up to.
Wondering what I was up to. What is up with that? What the hell's going on? What else? He was worried when it was buffering. Cool. We hate the buffering, don't we? I call it buffer hate. What else is going on? Yeah, well, like what's going on in people's minds? Oh, whether anybody's on their phones, possibly. So your mind went off somewhere.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was trying to do. By the way, for the buffer haters like me in the house, I designed those in there. That was not bad buffering, that was just for you. I did that for a reason, of course, because I wanted your mind to go off somewhere else. We talked about your mind wandering. Some people might be bored. Some people might be thinking, what the hell is this? And who invited this guy into the building? It's exactly what I was trying to achieve. My name is Yuri. I have a Russian name. I'm full-time Dutch. Thank you for the slide. I am not an innovation expert. You will not find any documentation that I have that says that I'm an expert because I think that's nonsense. I have run more than 100 innovation projects over the last decade with different clients, so I know a few things about innovation, but I would never call myself an expert. I run my own little agency called The Magic Sauce, where we We sprinkle some of that magic sauce onto creative briefs and innovation challenges that some of our clients have. What I want to talk to you about tonight is a little bit more about creative spaces, and we talked about boredom, but about the mind wandering. Where do you have your best ideas? You've heard this question before, shout them out. Walking, shower, toilet, driving, cycling, drinking. You sleep, pushing the stroller, walking around with your dog, chilling out, right? That's exactly when you have your best ideas. For many of us, even on some of the agency side, offices used to look a lot like this. Offices looked a lot like this, and this was the standard, but people just weren't having their ideas there for a variety of reasons. Then all of a sudden, Google came along, and we watched the Google offices. We saw it online and we said, this is different. They're open, they're colorful. We saw these offices that everybody said, this is what we want as well. Now, agencies already had this. I used to work with an agency in Shanghai. We had a masseur on site, and we had ping pong tables, and we had a beer tap, and we worked with all the booze clients, so the fridge was always stocked. We had a really cool office in an old towel factory in the heart of Shanghai. We had that kind of cool agency vibe, and clients loved hanging out with us. And they said, we want to have something like that too, because that's what we need to bring out creativity in our people. So they started spending a shitload of money on creative spaces. They started with a meeting room, then offices. Let's turn it into an open space. Let's turn it into a sharing space. Let's create innovation labs. And they spent all this money, and they copied the hardware. We got the slides, we got the seats, the cool posters. We got our own ping pong table, got old video games, got a beer tap. We have all that stuff. This is how we're gonna get to innovation. Here's where the breakthrough is gonna happen. We only forgot about one little thing. We forgot about the software. So what is software really? Software is the people. Software is you, software is me. How we communicate with each other, how we do things in the office, outside the office. Software. So we brought in all the slides, brought in all the cool stuff, but what we forgot about is all these legacy ways of the way we run our business, which is now getting in the way. The hardware never goes without the software. We're very busy. We're more busy than we ever were before. Put up your hand if you're busy. Some people take pride in being busy. So now we got these innovation spaces, right, where we're supposed to be creative. But now we're talking about rapid prototyping. Lean. Lean has been around for a long time, but everything's got to be lean, and it's got to be fast, and we got to do stuff nimble. We have to do multitasking. It's because, we're getting squeezed for budgets, and agencies are feeling the same thing. We're all busy. We're all trying to get to a bit of that pie. We're all very busy. At the same time, we're ridiculously distracted. How many seconds does it take for somebody to look at their phone? Minutes or seconds? 25 seconds, couple of seconds. I don't know what the latest science says. It's quick, man. We get distracted all the time, get bombarded with notifications all the time. We're very busy and we're very distracted, which to me is a massively dangerous cocktail, particularly when it comes to creativity and for innovation. So here's the thing. When you're super busy and you're always on and you don't allow your mind to wander a bit, most likely you're not going to come up with anything new. You're not engaging your imagination. And you can't think that far out because you're always here and now. And the moment you start wandering out a little bit and it gets a bit uncomfortable because you don't know what that might be, where's the pacifier? Get your phone out, right? We just get distractions all the time. We need space. So we got the physical space, fantastic. Allow people some brain space as well. I don't know about you guys. If I would sit in the office with my legs up, picking my nose, looking out the window, what would people think I was doing? Slacking, not working, right? That's part of the problem. We need to be seen as busy. We need to be seen as, I only sleep 4 hours a day. I'm hustling, #hustling. I'm on the grind all the time. Yeah, sure, works for you, Gary V, who's got some amazing... I love it. It works for some people. But even he must take time to think outside that and think a bit further. So we need to give ourselves a lot more space, and that's where boredom comes in. That's where doing nothing comes in. And I think a lot of people don't allow them that time because, frankly, they're uncomfortable being in their own minds and being by themselves. We need to take some of that time back to sit there on the beach, sitting on the sofa, not doing anything, not podcasting, not apping, not doing, just kind of being there, just allowing that brain to wander. So 3 things I'm going to give you. 1, I am an addict just as much as you are. Building up to this talk, thank you for having me, BBH. By the way, can we give him a big round of applause for organizing this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you because putting this little piece together got me thinking about, do I actually allow myself enough time to just chill? You know, take a step back, slow down a bit. Do I? And I realized I wasn't doing it. Not enough. Probably more than a lot of people, but not enough. Second one, for all of us out here, we need to really rethink that empty space, that boredom space. And it should not be seen as a bad thing. But we need to understand that sometimes not doing anything is probably the most productive and sometimes some of the most creative work that we can do. And we need to rethink that. And then not just provide people with the hardware, not just the space, but also allowing that behavior and leading it by example if you're the person running a team, if you're the person running the company. And final one, for agency people, you got to keep that flame alive. I know for a lot of agencies, they've really been struggling over the last decade or so. Work's getting a bit smaller. A lot of stuff is going in-house. And agencies are trying to find new ways of creating value for their clients. I think you can create value by helping your clients, giving them the space, help them relax, turn off some of these voices that they have in their heads so they can allow to think a lot more free and a lot more creative. That's my QR code. I make YouTube videos because that's what I enjoy doing. I'm going to do a little bit less of looking at the screen and a little bit more of free thinking. Thank you. So, the hardware does not work without the software. It's great you've got the space. It's great you got the foosball table. It's great you got the mini bar there. That all plays a very valid role. But at the end of the day, it's the people that make it work. And for innovation to flourish, for creativity to flourish as well, people need time. They need that bit of downtime. They need that idle time, even if it's within your work time. Rather than piling on more and being really busy and distracted, think about ways to give yourself a bit more breathing time to think a bit further and think a little bit bigger. Oh, and at the end of the talk, we got this beautiful poster here, which is put together by Bernie and a team at Sketchpost. Look at that. I hope you can see it like this. Look at that. Here are all the talks, here are all the speakers, nicely brought to life in a little visual poster, which I can put up on my wall. Nice. If you've enjoyed this video, you're probably going to enjoy this video too, which is all about walking meetings, because sometimes the best thing to do to get those creative juices flowing is to move and to get out of the house and get out of the office and walk around. And you can do this by yourself, you can do this with other people. Just this one, click here. So thank you BBH for having me. Thank you Sketchpost for bringing that to life. Thank you to all the other speakers who are there, who made the night very interesting for me and lots of fun. And thank you for watching this video. We'll see you here next time. Hey you, thank you for watching. If you like other videos on innovation and creativity, you can start, there's one right over here, which is very interesting. And if you don't like this thumbnail enough, you think it's not attractive enough, there's another one right there. You click on that one as well. You can start either way. You can start top, bottom, wherever you want to start. Check out our other videos as well. Have a nice day.